everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the gingham pattern or gingham print. So, a lot of you might remember the gingham pattern from the primary dresses which you were wearing in the school during the summer time. But along with that, you might have heard the Wizard of Oz film, wherein Dorothy actually wore the gingham dress with her red ruby shoes, and it became an iconic moment at that point in time. So you might be asking like, okay, where is this gingham pattern came from, and what is the history regarding this gingham pattern? So let's get into that. This gingham is nothing but the pattern, which is usually you can find it in a lightweight cotton fabric, woven into the form of plaid, or maybe in the checkered pattern, or maybe in the stripe pattern. See, in the history, it wasn't the case that the check pattern was there in the form in the gingham, but actually it did have the stripe pattern initially, and over the period of time it changed to the check pattern and it became so popular. Gingham pattern was actually like in the contrast with the red and white or in blue or white, but nowadays it is widely available in like all the colors present, and also the checks were earlier in the same size. Now the checks are there in the small size, and also you can check out these checks available in the large size also. Can be like the colored background, and along with that the size of the squares they vary from pattern to pattern. But in case of a checked gingham, the background is always white background, and along with that the squares are of the same size. So that's what the difference between the plaid gingham and the check gingham. So let's talk about how this pattern was named as gingham. Nobody knows where is the source of this gingham pattern. A lot of people say that it came from Holland. Some people they say that it was derived from the French word. Some of them also claim that it was actually derived from the Malaysian word as Gingham, and also meaning of this Gingham word is separate, or which doesn't quite fit the best. So let's talk about the popularity of Gingham during the 1914 time, up until 1914 time. So Gingham was very famous for make to do or mending era. Like for example, if there was any outfit which needed an update, so that time gingham pattern or gingham fabric was used. But during that time also, I believe there was one famous poem who actually have written about its gingham dog and a calico cat also. That's where the mention come from. So in UK, the first production base for the gingham was check pattern, and it was in the Manchester, and it was the color was always almost a blue color was there, and it was never in never in the stripe pattern until the Victorian era. The reason why gingham is very popular, because the thing is like mostly the gingham pattern is used in the cotton fabric, which is very breathable, lightweight, easy to use, and it doesn't need any maintenance as such. So you might have seen in a lot of runway shoes that there are quite a dresses, jackets, and even the caps which has the gingham pattern all over it. Not only in the fashion industry, but also in the interior design also the gingham pattern is very famous. Like in furnitures, you can see, you might have seen a lot of tablecloths with the gingham design all over it. Some interesting facts about gingham. So in Cambodia, the national attire is krama, and the gingham is used to make the national attire of Cambodia. And along with that, in Indonesia also, the gingham is used, and it's mostly in red and white pattern. As like the white and the colored background. So the generally colored background is nothing but red and blue, and that it says that it indicates the battle between good and bad in Indonesia. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you in my next video. That's it.